Welcome back to Footnotes Folly and to Hamlet. I am Pemberton. This is part 3, and it is where the dam breaks. The play within the play does its work. The guilty king leaps up and flees, and now Hamlet is certain. He finds Claudius alone at prayer, sword in hand, and cannot strike, for a reason so dark it chills the blood. Then, in his mother's chamber, mistaking a movement behind the tapestry for the cane, he kills, and it is not the cane, but the foolish old Polonius, the father of Ophelia. From that one rash thrust everything unravels. Hamlet is packed off toward England and a secret death warrant, and the gentle Ophelia, her father murdered by the man she loved, loses her wits entirely, drifting through the court with her songs and her flowers. Sorrow, the king says, comes not in single spies, but in battalions. Let us go on.
May the sun and moon make us count many more journeys before our love is ended. But alas, lately you have been so ill, so far from cheer, and from your former self, that I worry for you. Yet though I worry, my lord, that must not trouble you, for a woman's fear and love are measured together. They are either nothing, or else extreme. Experience has shown you what my love is, and as great as my love is, so great is my fear. Where love is great, the smallest doubts become fears, and where small fears grow large, great love is there. Indeed, my love, I must leave you, and soon. My working powers are giving up their duties. You will live on in this fair world after me, honored, beloved, and perhaps with another husband as kind as I. Oh, may the rest be cursed. Such love would have to be treason in my heart. May I be damned if I take a second husband. No woman marries a second unless she has killed the first. Wormwood, wormwood. The reasons that lead to a second marriage are base concerns of profit, not love. I kill my husband the second time when a second husband kisses me in bed. I believe you mean what you say now, but what we resolve to do, we often break. Purpose is only memory's servant, born violently, but with little strength. Like unripe fruit, it clings to the tree now, but falls without shaking when it grows ripe. We inevitably forget to pay ourselves what we owe ourselves. What we promise ourselves in passion loses its purpose when the passion ends. The force of either grief or joy destroys its own resolutions. Where joy celebrates most, grief laments most, grief rejoices and joy grieves at the slightest accident. This world does not last forever, and it is no wonder that even our loves should change with our fortunes. It remains an unsettled question whether love leads fortune, or fortune leads love. When a great man falls, you see his favorite followers flee. When a poor man rises, he turns enemies into friends. So far, love has attended fortune. The man who needs nothing will never lack a friend, and the man in want who tests a false friend quickly turns him into an enemy. But to end in order where I began, our wills and our fates run so contrary that our plans are always overthrown. Our thoughts are ours, but their outcomes are not our own. So you may think you will marry no second husband, yet your thoughts will die when your first lord is dead. May the earth give me no food, nor heaven any light. May sport and rest be locked away from me day and night. May my trust and hope turn to despair. May a prisoner's cheer be all I can look for. May every opposite thing that blots out joy meet what I wish to have well and destroy it. May lasting strife pursue me both here and hereafter, if, once a widow, I ever become a wife again. If she should break that vow now. It is deeply sworn. Sweet one, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and I would gladly ease the tedious day with sleep. The player king sleeps. Player queen leaves. May sleep rock your brain, and may no misfortune ever come between us two. Madam, how do you like this play? The lady promises too much, I think. Oh, but she will keep her word. Have you heard the plot? Is there no offense in it? No, they are only joking, poison and jest. There is no offense in the world. What do you call the play? The Mousetrap. Why? Figuratively. This play is the picture of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the duke's name, and his wife is Baptista. You will see it shortly. It is a wicked piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty and we who have free souls are not touched by it. Let the sore-backed horse flinch, our shoulders are unhurt. Lucianus enters. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king. You make a good commentator, my lord. I could interpret between you and your lover if I could see the puppets playing together. You are sharp, my lord, you are sharp. It would cost you a groan to take off my edge. Still better and worse. So you misjudge your husbands. Begin, murderer. Curse it, stop making those damned faces and begin. Come, the croaking raven bellows for revenge. Black thoughts, ready hands, fitting drugs, and a matching time, a season conspiring with me, with no creature watching. You foul mixture, gathered from midnight weeds, blasted 3 times and infected 3 times under Hecate's curse, let your natural magic and dreadful power immediately invade wholesome life. Lucianus pours the poison into the sleeper's ears. Poisons him in the garden for his estate. His name is Gonzago. The story exists, and is written in very fine Italian. You will soon see how the murderer wins Gonzago's wife. The king rises. What, frightened by a false alarm? How is my lord? Stop the play. Give me some light. Away. Lights, lights, lights. I'll leave except Hamlet and Horatio. Why, let the wounded deer go weep while the unhurt stag plays, for some must watch while some must sleep, and so the world goes on. With this, sir, along with a forest of feathers, if the rest of my fortune turns against me, and with 2 Provençal roses on my slashed shoes, get me a place in a company of actors. Half a share. A whole one, I say. For you know, dear Damon, this realm was stripped of Jove himself, and now there reigns here a very, very peacock. You might have rhymed. Good Horatio, I would take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds. Did you notice? Very well, my lord. When they spoke of the poisoning, I watched him very closely. Aha! Come some music. Come the recorders. For if the king does not like the comedy, then perhaps he does not like it by God. Come some music. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern enter. But my lord, grant me a word with you. Sir, a whole history. The king, sir? Yes, sir, what of him? He is in his private chamber wonderfully upset. With drink, sir? No, my lord, rather with anger. Your wisdom would show itself richer if you told that to the doctor. If I tried to purge him, perhaps I would plunge him into still greater anger. Good my lord, put your speech into some order, and do not wander so wildly away from my business. I am tame, sir. Speak. The queen your mother, in great distress of spirit, has sent me to you. You are welcome. No, good my lord, this courtesy is not the right kind. If it pleases you to give me a sound answer, I will carry out your mother's command. If not, your pardon and my return will be the end of my business. Sir, I cannot. What, my lord? Give you a sound answer. My wit is diseased. But, sir, such answer as I can make, you may command, or rather, as you say, my mother may. So no more of that. To the matter, my mother, you say. Then this is what she says. Your behavior has struck her with amazement and wonder. What a marvelous son, who can so astonish a mother. But is there no sequel following after this mother's wonder? She wants to speak with you in her chamber before you go to bed. I will obey, even if she were 10 times my mother. Have you any further business with me? My lord, you once loved me. And I still do, by these hands that pick and steal. Good my lord, what is the cause of your disorder? You surely barred the door against your own freedom if you refuse to tell your griefs to your friend. Sir, I lack advancement. How can that be, when you have the king's own word for your succession in Denmark? Yes, sir, but while the grass grows the proverb is rather stale. Players return with recorders. Ah, the recorders. Let me see one. Step aside with me. Why do you try to play upon me, as if you would drive me into a trap? Oh, my lord, if my duty is too bold, then my love is too unmannerly. I do not understand that well. Will you play this pipe? My lord, I cannot. I pray you. Believe me, I cannot. I beg you. I know no touch of it, my lord. It is as easy as lying. Cover these holes with your finger and thumb, blow into it with your mouth, and it will speak the most eloquent music. Look, these are the stops. But I cannot make them produce any harmony. I do not have the skill. Now look how cheaply you value me. You would play on me. You pretend to know my stops. You would pull the heart out of my secret. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my range. There is much music and excellent voice in this little instrument, yet you cannot make it speak. By God's blood, do you think I am easier to play than a pipe? Call me whatever instrument you like, though you may irritate me, you cannot play me. Polonius enters. God bless you, sir. My lord, the queen wishes to speak with you, and at once. Do you see that cloud over there almost shaped like a camel? By the mass, it truly does look like a camel. I think it looks like a weasel. It has a back like a weasel. Or like a whale. Very much like a whale. Then I will come to my mother shortly. They push my patience as far as it can go. I will come shortly. I will tell her so. Polonius exits. Shortly is easily said. Leave me, friends. All exit except Hamlet. Now it is the true witching time of night, when churchyards yawn open and hell itself breathes infection into this world. Now I could drink hot blood and do such bitter deeds that daylight would tremble to look at them. But now to my mother. O heart, do not lose your natural feeling. Never let the soul of Nero enter this strong breast. Let me be harsh, but not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. In this my tongue and soul must be hypocrites. However sharply my words may wound her, my soul must never consent to seal them with action. Hamlet exits. King enters with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I do not like him, and it is not safe for us to let his madness wander freely. So prepare yourselves. I will send your commission at once, and he shall go with you to England. The conditions of our rule cannot endure a danger so close to us, one that grows every hour from his lunacy. We will make ourselves ready. It is a most holy and dutiful fear to protect the many, many bodies that live and depend upon your majesty. A private individual is bound to use all the strength and armor of his mind to protect himself from harm, but much more must that spirit be guarded on whose welfare the lives of many depend and rest. The death of majesty does not die alone, but like a whirlpool draws down whatever is near it. It is a massive wheel fixed on the top of the highest mountain, to whose huge spokes 10,000 lesser things are fastened and joined. When it falls, every small attachment and minor consequence follows its violent ruin. Never did the king sigh alone, but with a general groan from all. Equip yourselves, I pray you, for this speedy voyage, for we will put chains on this sphere which now walks far too freely. We will hurry. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern leave. Polonius enters. My lord, he is going to his mother's private room. I will hide myself behind the tapestry to hear what happens. I guarantee she will confront him sharply, and as you said, and wisely said, it is fitting that someone besides a mother, since nature makes mothers partial, should overhear the conversation closely. Farewell, my liege. I will visit you before you go to bed and tell you what I know. Thank you, my dear lord. Polonius leaves. Oh, my crime is foul, it stinks up to heaven. It carries the oldest first curse upon it, a brother's murder. I cannot pray, though my desire to do so is as sharp as my will. My stronger guilt defeats my strong intention, and like a man tied to two tasks at once, I stand still, unsure where to begin, and neglect them both. What if this cursed hand were even more thickly stained with a brother's blood? Is there not enough rain in sweet heaven to wash it white as snow? What is mercy for, if not to face the very look of sin? And what is prayer but this double power, to stop us before we fall, or to pardon us once we are down? Then I will look upward. My fault is past. But oh, what kind of prayer can help me? Forgive me my foul murder? That cannot be, since I still possess the things for which I committed the murder, my crown, my own ambition, and my queen. Can a man be pardoned and still keep the profit of his crime? In the corrupt currents of this world, a crime's gilded hand may push justice aside, and often the wicked prize itself buys off the law. But it is not so above. There is no trickery there. The deed lies in its true nature, and we ourselves are forced, face to face with our faults, to give evidence against ourselves. What then? What remains? Try what repentance can do. What can it not do? Yet what can it do when one cannot repent? O wretched state! O heart black as death! O trapped soul, struggling to be free and only more caught! Help, angels! Make the attempt. Then stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel, become soft as the sinews of a newborn child. All may yet be well. The king withdraws and kneels. Hamlet enters. Now I could do it neatly, now that he is praying. And now I will do it. And so he goes to heaven, and so I am revenged. That needs to be examined. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his only son, send this same villain to heaven. Oh, that is payment and reward, not revenge. He caught my father crudely, full of food, with all his sins in full bloom as fresh as May, and how his account stands, who knows except heaven? But by our circumstances, and the way we think, it is heavy against him. And am I then revenged if I take him while his soul is being cleansed, when he is fit and prepared for his passage? No. Back sword and wait for a more dreadful occasion, when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gambling, swearing, or doing some act that has no taste of salvation in it. Then strike him, so that his heels may kick at heaven and his soul may be as damned and black as hell, where it is going. My mother waits. This medicine only lengthens your sickly days. Hamlet leaves. The king rises and comes forward. My words fly upward, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never go to heaven. The king leaves. The queen and Polonius enter another room in the castle. He will come at once. Be sure you speak plainly to him. Tell him his wild behavior has gone too far to endure, and that your grace has shielded him and stood between him in much anger. I will hide myself here and keep quiet. Please be direct with him. From within, mother, mother, mother. I promise you, do not worry about me. Hide yourself, I hear him coming. Polonius goes behind the arras. Hamlet enters. Now, mother, what is the matter? Hamlet, you have greatly offended your father. Mother, you have greatly offended my father. Come, come, you answer with a foolish tongue. Go, go, you question with a wicked tongue. Why, what is this, Hamlet? What is the matter now? Have you forgotten who I am? No, by the cross, not at all. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother. Then I will send for those who can speak to you. Come, come, sit down. You shall not move. You will not go until I set a mirror before you where you can see the deepest part of yourself. What will you do? You will not murder me? Help, help, ho! Behind the arras. What, ho? Help, help, help. What is that? A rat. Dead for a ducat, dead. Hamlet draws his sword and thrusts through the arras. Behind the arras. Oh, I am killed. Polonius falls and dies. Oh, what have you done? No, I do not know. Is it the king? Hamlet pulls Polonius out from behind the arras. Oh, what a rash and bloody deed this is. A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as killing a king and marrying his brother. As killing a king? Yes, lady, that was my word. You wretched, rash, meddling fool, farewell. I took you for someone better than you. Accept your fate. You have found that being too busy can be dangerous. Now stop wringing your hands. Sit down, and let me wring your heart. I will do it, if it is made of anything that can be pierced, unless cursed habit has hardened it so much that it stands like a wall against feeling. What have I done, that you dare move your tongue against me with such rude noise? Such an act that it stains the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue a hypocrite, takes the rose from the fair forehead of innocent love, and sets a blister there. It makes marriage vows as false as gamblers' oaths. Oh, such a deed that tears the very soul out of the body of a sacred contract, and makes sweet religion into a jumble of words. Heaven's face burns red, yes, the solid, mingled world looks sorrowful as if facing Judgment Day, sick with thought at the act. Ah me, what act is this that roars so loudly and thunders in its very announcement? Look here at this picture, and then at this one, the painted images of two brothers. See what grace sat on this brow, Hyperion's curls, the forehead of Jove himself, an eye like Mars, to threaten and command, a bearing like the herald Mercury just landed on a hill that kisses heaven. A true union of form and spirit, where every god seemed to set a seal, to assure the world this was a man. This was your husband. Now look at what follows. Here is your husband now, like a mildewed ear of grain poisoning his healthy brother. Have you eyes? Could you stop feeding on this fair mountain and gorge yourself on this moor? Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot call it love. At your age, the fever of the blood is quiet, humble, and obeys judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? You must have senses where you could not move, but surely those senses are paralyzed. Madness itself would not make such a mistake, nor would sense be so enslaved to frenzy that it kept no power of choice to see so clear a difference. What devil was it that cheated you in blindman's buff? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smell without all the rest, or even one sickly fragment of a true sense, could not blunder so. Oh shame, where is your blush? Rebellious hell, if you can mutiny in a matron's bones, then let virtue in flaming youth be like wax, and melt in its own fire. Do not proclaim shame when compulsive passion charges forward, since frost itself burns as fiercely, and reason panders to desire. O Hamlet, speak no more. You turn my eyes inward into my very soul, and there I see black, ingrained stains that will not lose their color. No, but to live in the foul sweat of a filthy bed, stewed in corruption, kissing and making love over the nasty sty. Oh, speak to me no more. These words enter my ears like daggers. No more, sweet Hamlet. A murderer and a villain, a slave who is not even a 20th part of the least fraction of your former lord. A clown among kings, a pickpocket of empire and rule, who stole the precious crown from a shelf and put it in his pocket. No more. A king made of rags and patches. The ghost enters. Protect me and hover over me with your wings, heavenly guards. What do you want, gracious figure? Alas, he is mad. Have you come to scold your slow son, who, caught up in delay and passion, lets the important carrying out of your dreadful command pass by? Oh, speak! Do not forget. This visit is only to sharpen your almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement sits upon your mother. Oh, step between her and her battling soul. Imagination works most strongly in the weakest bodies. Speak to her, Hamlet. How is it with you, lady? Alas, how is it with you, that you fix your eyes on emptiness and talk with bodiless air? Your spirit peers wildly from your eyes, and like sleeping soldiers startled by an alarm, your settled hair rises up and stands on end as if it were alive. O gentle sun, sprinkle cool patience on the heat and flame of your disorder. What are you looking at? At him. Look how pale he glares. His form and his cause together would preach to stones, and make them feel. Do not look at me, or your pitiful expression will change my stern purpose. Then what I must do will lose its true color, tears perhaps instead of blood. To whom are you speaking? Do you see nothing there? Nothing at all, yet I see everything that is here. And did you hear nothing? No, nothing but ourselves. Why, look there. Look how it steals away. My father, dressed as he was in life. Look, he is going out through the doorway even now. The ghost exits. This is the very coinage of your brain. Madness is skillful at creating bodiless things. Madness. My pulse keeps time as evenly as yours and makes as healthy music. What I have said is not madness. Put me to the test, and I will say the whole matter again in other words, which madness would leap away from. Mother, for the love of grace, do not soothe your soul with that flattering ointment, that it is not your sin but my madness speaking. That will only skin over the ulcer, while rotten corruption mines within and infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven, repent what is past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread compost on the weeds to make them grow ranker. Forgive me for this virtue, for in these fat, breathless times, virtue itself must beg pardon from vice, yes, bow and plead for permission to do it good. O Hamlet, you have split my heart in two. Then throw away the worst part of it, and live the purer life with the other half. Good night. But do not go to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue, if you do not have it. That monster, custom, who devours all feeling and evil habits, is still an angel in this, that by practicing fair and good actions, he gives them a garment that fits and can be worn. Refrain tonight, and that will lend a kind of ease to the next abstinence. The next will be easier still. For habit can almost change the stamp of nature, and either restrain the devil or throw him out with wonderful power. Once more, good night. And when you wish to be blessed, I will ask a blessing from you. As for this same Lord, I repent what I have done, but heaven has chosen it so, to punish me with this and him through me, that I must be both scourge and servant. I will dispose of him, and I will answer for the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind. One word more, good lady. What shall I do? Not this by any means. Do not do what I tell you. Let the swollen king tempt you to bed again, pinch your cheek wantonly, call you his mouse, and let him, for a pair of reeking kisses, or by pawing at your neck with his damned fingers, make you unravel all this matter to him, that I am not truly mad, but mad by craft. It would be good for you to let him know, for who but a queen fair, sober, and wise, would hide such dear concerns from a toad, a bat, a tomcat? Who would do that? No, in spite of sense and secrecy, open the basket on the housetop, let the birds fly out, and like the famous ape trying experiments, climb into the basket yourself and break your own neck falling down. Be assured, if words are made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life with which to breathe what you have said to me. I must go to England, you know that. Alas, I had forgotten. It has been settled. There are sealed letters, and my 2 schoolfellows, whom I trust as I would fanged adders, carry the orders. They must clear my way, and lead me to treachery. Let it work. It is sport to have the engineer blown up with his own explosive, and it will go hard unless I dig a yard below their mines and blast them to the moon. Oh, it is most sweet when 2 plots meet directly in one line. This man will force me to be sent away. I will drag his body into the next room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who in life was a foolish, chattering rogue. Come, sir, let us bring you toward an end. Good night, mother. Hamlet exits, dragging out Polonius. King, Queen, Rosencrantz, and Guildenstern enter a room in the castle. There is meaning in these sighs. You must explain these deep groans. It is right that we understand them. Where is your son? Leave us alone here for a little while. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go out. Ah, my good lord, what I have seen tonight. What is it, Gertrude? How is Hamlet? As mad as the sea and wind when they fight over which is stronger. In his wild fit he heard something stirring behind the tapestry, whipped out his rapier, cried, "A rat, a rat!" and in this crazed suspicion, killed the unseen good old man. O terrible deed! It would have happened to us if we had been there. His freedom is a threat to everyone, to you yourself, to us, to all. Alas, how shall this bloody act be answered for? The blame will be laid on us, whose foresight should have kept this mad young man confined, restrained, and away from others. But our love was so great that we refused to understand what was most necessary. Like the owner of a foul disease, hiding it from the world, we let it feed even on the core of life. Where has he gone? To drag away the body he has killed. Over that body his very madness, like pure ore among common metals, shows itself noble. He weeps for what he has done. O Gertrude, come away. No sooner will the sun touch the mountains than we will send him from here by ship, and this vile deed we must, with all our royal authority and skill, both acknowledge and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern return. Both of you go gather more help. In madness Hamlet has killed Polonius, and dragged him from his mother's chamber. Go seek him out, speak gently to him, and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you hurry in this. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go out. Come, Gertrude. We will call together our wisest friends and tell them both what we intend to do, and what has been done too soon. Then perhaps slander, whose whisper travels across the whole world's diameter as straight as a cannon shot to its mark, may miss our name with its poisoned charge and strike only harmless air. Oh, come away! My soul is full of discord and dread. They go out. In another room in the castle, Hamlet enters. Safely put away. Hamlet. Lord Hamlet. What noise is that? Who calls for Hamlet? Oh, here they come. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern enter. What have you done, my lord, with the dead body? Mixed it with dust, which is its close relative. Tell us where it is, so we may take it from there and carry it to the chapel. Do not believe it. Believe what? That I can keep your secret, and not my own. Besides, when a sponge questions me, what answer should the son of a king make? Do you take me for a sponge, my lord? Yes, sir, one that soaks up the king's favor, his rewards, and his authority. But such officers serve the king best in the end. He keeps them like food tucked in an ape's cheek, first put in the mouth, last swallowed. When he needs what you have gathered, he only has to squeeze you, and you, sponge, will be dry again. I do not understand you, my lord. I am glad of it. A dishonest speech sleeps safely in a foolish ear. My lord, you must tell us where the body is and come with us to the king. The body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing. A thing, my lord? Of nothing. Bring me to him. Hide Fox and everyone after. They go out. In another room in the castle, the king enters with attendants. I have set men to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous it is that this man goes loose. Yet we must not bring the full force of law against him. He is loved by the confused crowd, who judge with their eyes, not with their reason, and where that is so, the punishment of the offender is weighed, but never the offense itself. To keep everything smooth and steady, this sudden sending him away must seem like a carefully considered decision. Diseases grown desperate are cured by desperate remedies, or not cured at all. Rosencrantz enters. Well? What has happened? Where the dead body has been hidden, my lord, we cannot get from him. But where is he? Outside, my lord guarded, waiting to know your pleasure. Bring him before us. Ho, Guildenstern. Bring in my lord. Hamlet and Guildenstern enter. Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius? At supper. At supper? Where? Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain gathering of political worms is busy with him. Your worm is the only emperor when it comes to eating. We fatten all other creatures to fatten ourselves, and we fatten ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar are only different courses, 2 dishes, but for 1 table. That is the end. Alas, alas! A man may fish with the worm that has eaten from a king, and then eat the fish that fed on that worm. What do you mean by this? Nothing but to show you how a king may make a journey through the guts of a beggar. Where is Polonius? In heaven. Send there to see. If your messenger does not find him there, seek him in the other place yourself. But truly, if you do not find him within this month, you will smell him as you go up the stairs into the lobby. Go seek him there. He will wait until you come. The attendants go out. Hamlet, this deed, for your own special safety, which we value dearly, as we deeply grieve for what you have done, requires that we send you away with fiery speed. Therefore prepare yourself. The ship is ready, the wind is favorable, your companions are waiting, and everything is set for England. For England? Yes, Hamlet. Good. It is good if you knew our purposes. I see a cherub who sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, dear mother. Your loving father, Hamlet. My mother. Father and mother are man and wife. Man and wife are one flesh, and so my mother. Come for England. Hamlet exits. Follow close behind him. Urge him quickly aboard. Do not delay it, I will have him gone tonight. Away, for everything else concerning this affair is sealed and done. I pray you make haste. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go out. And England, if you value my favor at all, as my great power may make you understand, since the scar left by the Danish sword still looks raw and red, and your willing respect pays homage to us, you must not coldly set aside our royal command. My letters pressing you to that effect demand the immediate death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for he rages in my blood like a fever, and you must cure me. Until I know it is done, whatever fortunes I may have, my joys have never begun. The king exits. Fortinbras enters with his soldiers marching. Go, captain, and give my greetings to the Danish king. Tell him that, with his permission, Fortinbras asks safe passage for the march he was promised across his kingdom. You know where we are to meet. If his majesty wants anything from us, we will show our duty before his own eyes. Tell him that. I will do it, my lord. March on quietly. I'll leave except the captain. Hamlet enters with Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, and others. Good sir, whose forces are these? They are Norway's, sir. What is their purpose, sir, if I may ask? They are going against some part of Poland. Who commands them, sir? The nephew of old Norway, Fortinbras. Are they going against the heart of Poland, sir, or only toward some frontier? To speak plainly, without adding anything, we are going to win a little patch of land that has no profit in it except the name. I would not pay 5 ducats, not even 5, to rent it, and if it were sold outright, it would bring no better price to Norway or to Poland. Why then, Poland will never defend it. Yes, it is already garrisoned. 2,000 souls and 20,000 ducats will not settle the question of the straw. This is the hidden abscess caused by too much wealth and peace. It breaks inside and shows no outward reason why the man dies. I humbly thank you, sir. God be with you, sir. Captain exits. Will it please you to go, my lord? I will be with you at once. Go a little ahead. All leave except Hamlet. How every occasion speaks against me and spurs on my sluggish revenge. What is a man if the chief use and value of his time is only to sleep and eat? A beast, nothing more. Surely the one who made us with such broad understanding, able to look before and after, did not give us the capacity and godlike reason just to grow mouldy in us unused. Now whether it is animal forgetfulness, or some cowardly scruple from thinking too exactly about the outcome, a thought that, when divided into 4 parts, has 1 part wisdom and always 3 parts cowardice, I do not know why I still live to say, this thing must be done, since I have cause and will and strength and means to do it. Examples as plain as earth urge me on. Witness this army, so huge and costly, led by a delicate and tender prince, whose spirit, swollen with divine ambition, sneers at the unseen outcome, exposing what is mortal and uncertain to everything fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. To be truly great is not to act without a great reason, but to find a great cause for quarrel in a straw when honor is at stake. Where do I stand then, with a father killed, a mother stained, these spurs to my reason and my blood, and still let everything sleep, while, to my shame, I see the approaching deaths of 20,000 men who, for a fantasy and trick of fame, go to their graves as if to beds, fighting for a plot of ground too small for their numbers to decide the cause on it, and not tomb enough or large enough to hide the slain. Oh, from this time forward my thoughts be bloody or be worth nothing. Hamlet exits. Queen, Horatio, and a gentleman enter a room in the castle at Elsinore. I will not speak with her. She is insistent and truly distracted. Her condition must be pitied. What does she want? She speaks often of her father. She says she hears there are tricks in the world, sighs, beats her breast, angrily kicks at trifles, and says doubtful things that only half make sense. Her words mean nothing clearly, yet their broken form moves those who hear her to guess at meanings. They aim at her meaning and patch her words to fit their own thoughts, and from her winks, nods, and gestures, one might think there is some thought in them, though nothing certain, yet much that is unhappy. It would be good for someone to speak with her, for she may scatter dangerous suspicions into troubled minds. Let her come in. The gentleman exits. To my sick soul, as guilt truly works, every small thing seems the opening to some great disaster. Guilt is so full of simple fear that it betrays itself by fearing betrayal. Ophelia enters. Where is the beautiful majesty of Denmark? What is this, Ophelia? How should I know your true love from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and by his sandals. Alas, sweet lady, what does this song mean? Do you ask? No, please listen. He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head is a green grassy turf, and at his heels a stone. No, but Ophelia. Please listen. White was his shroud as mountain snow. The king enters. Alas, look here, my lord. Covered all with sweet flowers, he went to the grave without the showers of tears that true love should have given him. How are you, pretty lady? Well, God reward you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but we do not know what we may become. God be at your table. Her thoughts are fixed on her father. Please, let us have no words about this, but when they ask you what it means, say this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, early in the morning, and I, a maid, came to your window to be your Valentine. Then he rose and put on his clothes and opened the chamber door. He let in the maid, who went out a maid no more. Pretty Ophelia. Indeed, without swearing, I will finish it. By Gis and by Saint Charity, alas, fie for shame. Young men will do it if they get the chance. By God, they are to blame. She said, before you tumbled me, you promised to marry me. He answered, so I would have done, by yonder sun, if you had not come to my bed. How long has she been like this? I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot help weeping to think they laid him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night, good night. Ophelia exits. Follow her closely. Keep good watch over her, I pray you. Horatio exits. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It all springs from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they do not come as single scouts, but in battalions. First, her father was killed. Next, your son is gone, and he himself was the violent cause of his own necessary banishment. The people are muddy, thick, and unhealthy in their thoughts and whispers about good Polonius's death, and we acted rashly in burying him secretly. Poor Ophelia is divided from herself and from her sound judgment, without which we are only pictures or mere beasts. Last, and as weighty as all the rest, her brother has secretly returned from France. He feeds on his amazement, keeps himself hidden in uncertainty, and lacks no whisperers to infect his ear with poisonous stories of his father's death. Since the facts are lacking, those whisperers will not hesitate to accuse our person in year after year. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like a cannon loaded with many pieces of shot, kills me too many times at once. A noise is heard within. Alas, what noise is this? Where are my Swiss guards? Let them guard the door. A gentleman enters. What is the matter? Save yourself, my lord. The ocean, rising over its bounds, does not swallow the lowlands with more violent speed than young LibriTTS, at the head of a riot, is overwhelming your officers. The rabble call him lord, and as if the world had just begun, with old authority forgotten and custom unknown, those supports and guarantees of every public word, they cry, let us choose. LibriTTS shall be king. Hats, hands, and tongues applauded to the clouds. LibriTTS shall be king. LibriTTS king. How eagerly they cry on the wrong trail. Oh, you false Danish dogs, you are running counter. A noise is heard within. The doors are broken. LibriTTS enters armed, followed by Danes. Where is this king? Sirs, all of you stand outside. No, let us come in. Please give me room. We will, we will. They withdraw outside the door. I thank you. Keep the door. O vile king, give me my father. Comely, good LibriTTS. The drop of blood in me that is calm proclaims me a bastard, calls my father a cuckold, and brands my true mother's chaste, unstained brow with the mark of horror. What is the cause, LibriTTS, that your rebellion rises so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear for my person. There is such a divinity hedging a king that treason can only peep at what it wishes and can do little of its will. Tell me, LibriTTS, why you are so inflamed. Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man. Where is my father? Dead. But not by him. Let him ask all he wants. How did he die? I will not be tricked with. To hell with allegiance. vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the deepest pit. I dare damnation. And on this, both worlds mean nothing to me. Let come what comes, only I will be most thoroughly revenged for my father. Who shall stop you? My own will, not all the world. And as for my means, I will manage them so well that a little shall go far. Good LibriTTS, if you desire to know the truth of your dear father's death, is it written in your revenge that, sweeping all together, you will drag in both friend and enemy, winner and loser? None but his enemies. Then will you know who they are? To his good friends I will open my arms this wide, and like the kind pelican that gives its own life, I will feed them with my blood. Why now you speak like a good son and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and that I grieve for it deeply, shall appear as plainly to your judgment as daylight to your eye. Let her come in. What now? What noise is that? Ophelia re-enters, strangely dressed with straws and flowers. O heat, dry up my brains. Tears, 7 times salt, burn out the sense and power of my eyes. By heaven, your madness shall be paid for by wait until the scales turn. O Rose of May! Dear mate, kind sister, sweet Ophelia! O heavens, is it possible that a young girl's wits should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is delicate in love, and where it is delicate, it sends some precious part of itself after the thing it loves. They carried him barefaced on the bier, hey non nani nani, hey nani, and on his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my dove. If you had your wits, and urged me to revenge, it could not move me so much as this. You must sing down when you call him down. Oh, how well the wheel suits it! It is the false steward who stole his master's daughter. This nothing says more than sense. There is rosemary, that is for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. And there are pansies, they are for thoughts. A lesson in madness, thoughts and remembrance fitted together. There is fennel for you and columbines. There is rue for you, and here is some for me. We may call it herb of grace on Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue differently. There is a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they all withered when my father died. They say he made a good end. For bonny sweet Robin is all my joy. Thought, suffering, passion, hell itself, she turns them into grace and prettiness. And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to your deathbed, he never will come again. His beard was as white as snow, his hair all flaxen. He is gone, and we cast away our mourning. God have mercy on his soul. And on all Christian souls, I pray God. God be with you. Ophelia exits. Do you see this, O God? LibriTTS, I must share counsel with your grief, or you deny me justice. Go aside and choose whatever wisest friends you wish. They shall hear and judge between you and me. If by direct action or by indirect means they find us touched by guilt, we will give our kingdom, our crown, our life, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, be content to lend us your patience, and together we will labor with your soul to give it the satisfaction it deserves. Let it be so. The manner of his death, his obscure burial, no trophy, sword, or heraldic display over his bones, no noble rite, no formal ceremony, cry out to be heard from heaven to earth, demanding that I question it. So you shall. And where the offense lies, let the great axe fall. I pray you, come with me. They exit.
And there we pause again. Ophelia is mad, Polonius is dead, Hamlet is gone, and her brother LibriTTS comes storming home crying for vengeance, exactly the simple, furious avenger that Hamlet could never be, and exactly the weapon the cornered king now needs. Next time, in part 4, the end of drowning, a graveyard, a rigged duel, and a stage strewn with the dead. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.